Actually, a very general question for you. When Jeff was talking about like pursuing and stuff like that, did you guys watch the end of the Hawaii game?
Yeah, we did. Coach Danielson actually showed us the clip with the whole defense, and then we went to the defensive line room. I mean, that's what being a defensive player is all about. Those big plays, making those special plays, and sometimes you do have to go 40 yards and save to give the game-saving tackle.
Would you be able to do that? Everyone talks about how hard you've been running.
That's something we definitely preach about 11 dogs to the ball. So if it's not me, it's definitely somebody in front of me or behind me.
You played against Baylor.
Yes, I did.
So what was the most challenging thing about what that offense did? When things were going poorly, what was going on, and when things went well on some series?
I think we all know the answer, and that was the tempo. I mean, it's something I've never seen before playing here at Boise State, playing against a different opponent. I remember hearing Louis talking about it too, and that's something we've been stressing. It's a bunch of chaos. You know, that's what they do. They make their plays while we're trying to figure out things, trying to get our adjustments, trying to play with our fundamental and techniques. All that chaos is trying to cover up for what their plays are doing. And I felt like our game plan going into Florida State has been a really good one. Coach Manning and Coach Danielson and everybody has done a good job preparing for it.
Does playing a team like Baylor, even though it was a couple years ago, help you now?
Yeah, for sure. We're still watching film on that because that was, like I said, one of the very first teams we played tempo-wise. It's nice to always go back and see some of their tendencies as well because that was the OC when we played Baylor as well.
What does this game mean to you, just to play a team like Florida State and be on ESPN to kick off the season and just, you don't get a lot of opportunities like this. What's this mean to you personally?
I think personally, this is one of the reasons why I chose Boise State. It's always those big games you want to come and play at, and it doesn't matter if it's on the blue or in Jacksonville. I mean, all 11 starters are excited for what's to come and the people behind us. Coach Arson is stressing that, like, this is one of the opportunities to play against one of the best teams at one of the best stadiums in the world. So I'm excited for all that to come together this Saturday.
David, what stands out to you about the running back, Cam Akers?
Oh, the speed. That guy got some speed and some power behind him. I mean, once he finds a gap, he's going to hit it hard. And 11 dogs definitely got to get to him. We all got to get to him. Go legs, upper body as much as we can.
Was Oklahoma State last year? I mean, you did actually play in that game.
Yeah.
But was that offense similar to what you might be seeing, or is that different?
In some ways it's similar. In some ways it's different. Okay. I mean, when it comes to personnel, definitely some big boys up front, speed back, long, tall quarterback. I mean, at the same time, they got ballers on the outside too, and overall, it's going to come down to 11 competing with 11.
Their offensive line obviously had some problems last year. They're starting a true freshman at one of the guard spots. I mean, what do you see from that group? What do you expect on Saturday?
From what we're seeing on film, they're big, they're long, they're lengthy, they got power behind them. I know it's been a while. I think it was last year was the first time they haven't made in a bowl game in a long time. So we know that in their offseason, they're working hard as well to come back and definitely set the tone against us the first game.
Sometime I was talking about that freshman, like watching like his high school film. Was that what you've had to do because you don't have anything else?
As much as we needed, yeah. I think Coach came in and joked around like, yeah, you gotta go find him on Huddle or something. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
6-year difference between him and you.
Yeah, I know, but that kid looked like he got some power, some good bones, good knees on him.
Is there anything to experience in a matchup like that, though? I mean, you are about 6 years older than the guy.
I don't know. At the same time, he's at FSU, one of the top programs in the nation. I heard he was a pretty good recruit as well, so I think he's gonna give it his best, and I'm gonna try to do the same too.
You guys are, excited. The fact that their O-line had a tough year last year. For D-line, you're excited about that matchup?
I think as overall, it's just the D-line. It's just nice to all be back and healthy and playing against a really good competition first game.
I think working behind you a lot has been Matlock.
Yeah.
Yeah. How has he looked? Obviously, we saw him out there quite a bit in that open practice too. The coaches really liked what he did in fall camp. What do you like about him?
I mean, the kid is awesome. He's always right beside me and Louis all the time, always asking questions and things like that. Give credit to that class overall. Keegan, Scott, him, Scaly Gahan, guys like that is just. They definitely work harder than most people I've seen, especially, and it wasn't just on the field, it's in the weight room too. Guys like them, they have a chip on their shoulder at such a young age, so, and it's going to be exciting to see what they're going to bring on Saturday as well.
David, what's the biggest thing that stands out to you about Hank?
About what?
About Hank.
Oh, I mean, I like the kid. I mean, he's pretty goofy himself, but he's always asking questions. That's one thing. I'm not always on the offensive side, but I always see him asking questions, whether it's to Chase, Coach Harson, Coach Keys, it's just anybody. I'm pretty sure he's going to start asking Coach Medding on tendencies and things like that. So he's curious, and that's what you want to see in a young quarterback.
I mean, you look at you guys' offensive line, and again, for the first time that I've seen you guys are starting 300-pound guys.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel they're? I mean, when you practice against them, do you feel that size? Do they seem different? Look
Yeah,
different?
those guys. I just heard Louis saying about too the chemistry that they have on and off the field. You definitely feel it when you're going against them. Especially coming back a whole year and seeing how much they've improved in a whole year, it's awesome to see, and it's like kind of scary to go up against as well. I mean, we got ballers from left to right: Ezra, John Mochon, Garrett leading. Garrett's become a better leader himself. He was always pretty quiet the past couple of years, but he's come into that leadership role for those guys especially. And signing guys like Eric Cavado too, John Ajuku, just all 5 of them are pretty solid, and the guys behind them too got some ballers too.
You know, you got to be around your teammates last year and all that stuff. But is there anything that really stands out that you missed about playing? Like, is there something you just can't wait to do, or something that really you just missed about playing?
I think honestly, it's just that first snap. That's gonna be a big one for me. I mean, just looking to my left, to my right, all the people that I've grown up with the past 6 years, they're all seniors now, and just the opportunity to finally get it going again. You know.
How much? And I know we talked about this before, but just how much has this whole journey rekindled your love for the game? And not to compare, but you see a guy like Andrew Luck, who's gone through all this, and it just wore him down to the point, and it has a different effects on people. But how did it affect you? What you've been through?
Yeah, I just the love I have for this game and how it's changed my life and my family's life it was special, and I didn't want to leave it like last year, not getting to play on the blue one last time, or just playing somebody else in my Mountain West Conference. I wanted to leave it better than how I found it. So this whole year I'm dedicated to that and playing to the people to my left and to my right.
Jeff talked about depth and how it's an important thing in any game, but this one really because of that tempo. How do you feel like the defense has kind of cultivated that?
I think the plan we had going into when we go against our scout or service periods, it's done a good job. We've gotten a good rotation going, and whoever's in, I feel like from a senior perspective, from a coach's perspective, everybody's pretty confident in whoever's in what they're gonna do. So.
Carson took the time yesterday at the start of the FSU press conference to kind of acknowledge you guys that were named captains. In being named captain, what do you feel like your responsibilities are?
To set the tone for wherever you are. I mean, be a leader on and off the field, and that's something I want to do a better job of, especially a couple years ago, just like learning from all the mistakes I've ever done and teaching these young guys that like this ain't the path to go, and telling them that like these are the people you want to follow, the Kakoas of the team, the John Mochons, the Sonatane Louis. Those are the guys you need to follow, because eventually, if you keep listening, you'll be on the field too.
David, what's it mean to you to wear that seat?
I think it's the best award I've ever got. No, I don't think. I know it's the best award. I mean, 105 players, your brothers voted you captain, and that's just, it's special. I mean, the coaches thought the same thing too, and I don't know. It was really emotional to cap off 6 years of playing football, and just the fact that, I mean, to be in that leadership position is something I can't take for granted, and it's something I have to do for the rest of my life. So it's awesome.
One more for me, and just kind of along those same lines. There was recently Nick Saban had this rant on Twitter talking about guys that might have something do something bad, and you can either push them away or you can try to help them. And Brian said something very similar in his press conference yesterday. So at a time where somebody could have pushed you away or whatever, what did it mean to?
Yeah, I think the people around me were the one that pushed me to go forward. Not just my teammates, my coaches, the people at home. They were right there with me no matter if it was a bad decision, small decision, good decision. They're always around me, and that's the environment I chose, Boise State. I mean, even the community got behind my back as well, and they're the reason why I'm literally right here today. So.
Thanks, David.